So for the handsome Mr. W, I wanted to work a little bit with some play and then building up again that ability to get from excitement back to checking in or some softness. So remember, again, he's like, woohoo, is the benefits of some of these moments, right? We wait for all four on the floor or a little sitting, yes, and then the toy can come alive. So I know Mr. Handsome is definitely a big play guy, so I would highly recommend to incorporate this in some of your training. If, for example, the play just happens on its own off to the side, but it's not always paired as a way to bind some of these lovely skills into his repertoire, you may be missing out on a moment where play can be a great way to build motivation, desire to practice certain things, and great way to build confidence and resilience too in the dog. So obviously with Mr. W, he loves the Flirt pole. I'm not saying this is, again, the toy you have to grab. I would recommend, like we've mentioned earlier, is make sure you have traction and that it's a safe zone to practice in. So right now he's doing a great job grabbing, biting, shaking, making the toy come alive. I sometimes like to have the toy wiggle and we might even still keep playing. But I want to keep the toy low where I'm not lifting it up too high because I don't want the handsome guy to jump funny and land a little awkward. So again, my toy is low. I help him sort of try to catch the critter, and I might change the direction, but make it into a big swooshing motion. Woohoo! So let's say, again, we're going to let him catch that little bad boy in just a sec right there. Nice job. So remember, we do want him to be able to catch the critter and then practice going from that to relinquishing it and then playing again. The heat just came on, so he's like, what the heck? So ready? Winston. Ready? We'll do a little find it. So again, you'll see that I don't instantly pull the toy out of range. If every time I go to do a little moment to settle, I always take the thing away, he might start to think that every time I try to encourage a let go means the item's going to get taken from him. So especially in the beginning, I want to make sure that if he doesn't quite have a drop it or a take or whatever to take an item and relinquish it, we can start to build in those skills as he becomes more refined. He says he's going to get this bad boy for us. Nice job, sir. That was beautiful. So again, for letting go and checking in, nice job. I might feed him a couple little tidbits. What a smart boy. Good job. So then from here, then I might go ahead and pull up my toy. He's like, let's do this, lady. And then let's say, for example, he's really interested in my toy. I know it's a little awkward, the Flirt pole, but sometimes I like to go and use my toy as a way to motivate. So let's say I might get his little attention on me and take a couple little walks together. So I'm moving around the environment. He's doing a very nice job engaging and staying next to my side. What a good boy. And I might say, you ready? And then go get it. So then for doing some really nice check-ins and some sort of heel work there, we get to then play again. So remember that sometimes incorporating both your basic skills in with some of this fun playtime, really great way to have him want to do it again later, but build value in a way he finds motivational. So it is sometimes finding the thing that motivates your particular puppy might vary compared to another babe. So definitely keep sort of shifting through different venues. So that way you're able to create many different ways to reinforce the handsome guy whenever he's doing things, beautiful that you'd love to have repeated. Ready? He's like, oh my gosh, let's go. So again, my toy is alive. We're going to go chase that bad boy. He's going to be so nice and tired after doing all his playing because he did get to play with Miss Bella May as well earlier. He says, I'm on to you, toy. So, but two guys, if you're not sure what the next steps might be, I'm not saying he has to go rock a whole nother round. If you want to take a little breather and join another round later, or if you wanted to rejoin like a group program down the road, there's all different venues. So, but if this was great and you found it was beneficial and you enjoyed the process, definitely feel free to, again, take the next step when you're ready or able. So, but he's doing a really nice job with a lot of his skill sets and with his comfort range around the other dogs and around my little human and even this novel new environment, which I know he had seen when he was little, but it's been some time since he's been in this building. So again, always nice to keep maintaining some of this practice as he's going through those different age groups. So, because now we're dealing with a 10-month-old, maybe almost 11, so he's turning into, again, that teenager to young adult soon. But he's doing a real nice job because smaller dogs will mature sooner, so smaller breed dogs will mature in a shorter period than larger dogs or giant breeds. So for some of those bad boys, they don't fully develop till about 2, sometimes almost 3. where for him, he was probably all done growing for the most part around like the year mark will be probably when he's going to be just about done. So, and that's more like the growth plates and ligaments and all that fun. He's doing a really nice job. Ready? We'll do one more little lap or two and then we'll give you a little breather. But Mr. W is a pleasure to work with, and he's been doing a very good job with his classmates too. So keep up the great work for all of the babes, and always feel free to check in if you have a question or concern. But remember how I mentioned the play could be another great venue for him to associate. That is the target, not his sibling at times, even though he's just being sweet, but he's a little bit much for an older or more mature dog at times. So this is really, really good. So we'll let him sort of win his little prize, and I'll go ahead and give it a day for Mr. Handsome for now.